Whoa. Welcome to renewsyoucanuse.com. I'm Ruben.
Hey, Ruben. I think we caught you off guard there, dude.
You did catch me off guard. I was checking my mail and stuff like that. What's going on?
Not too much. I'm hearing a little feedback there, but as soon as we get ready with that, we're going to be golden.
We're going to be golden. So what's going on, Keith? How are things?
Well, Ruben, as you know, we talked about the tip jar just kiddingly, and we just set it up. And,
most of our ideas are actually put forth when we do the show.
As we go. I know, that's right. As we go, we talk about some ideas, and bang, we get it done. And I think it really is a good idea because we have some ideas, and we have a pretty darn good show, I think. We have a lot of listeners. We have a lot of people watching us, and we thank you for that. And pretty soon, we're going to have some other fancy stuff coming along, like a real high-definition camera because of that tip jar. If you don't want to give us a tip, don't bother giving us a tip. But if you wish to give us a tip, please do so. 100% of that, those dollars earned will go towards fixing up our studio.
Or you might want to give
studio.
Or you might want to give some tips on how to better the show.
Yeah, make that as a comment, and please, there's on the top left-hand.
Constructive criticism,
yeah.
Please.
Top left-hand side is the donate tip jar. So thank you very much if you do that, and we appreciate any contributions you can possibly make.
Okay, awesome. So if this is the first time you're viewing the site, renewsyoucanuse.com, we're all about reviewing top real estate articles, real estate news, everything that's going on, and putting our own spin to it.
Yeah, that's what we do.
All right, so you ready for the news?
Ready for the news, dude.
Okay. I'm actually, this is renewsyoucanuse.com first, and I'm actually proud to say that because blogs are becoming so popular,
yes,
so interesting.
Yeah.
And our first article is actually a blog.
It is. I didn't even know it was a blog. It is a blog. I see it now.
Yes.
I didn't even realize it was a blog when I was reading it.
Yes, and it's funny because this is a common question that a lot of people have.
Well, what do we have? Is it a blog, or is it a vlog, or is it a vodcast, or a podcast video?
All of
Nobody
them,
really knows what to call what we do because it's kind of new, and it's not new anymore. But everyone's so confused as to what it is. Is it a podcast or it is a vodcast? We should have a little. I just thought of
We'll
another
talk about
idea.
that later.
We should have a little rating system. Please vote. Is it a podcast or a vodcast or a vlog?
Anyway, so our first article is a blog, and obviously it's a real estate agent who had a question, who maybe answers this question all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good to buy in this market? Buying in the current market is it a good idea? And I think this article kind of answers that question. It says the main thing that the blogger actually points out is that the problem is that a lot of buyers want to know when it's a good market, and the problem is the only time they know is when the market's already changed, and people have talked about the good market.
And Ruben, we've talked about this. We've talked about this before. We've talked about the same thing.
Right.
When is it a good time to get in the market? When is it a good time to get out of the market?
Right.
It's always a good time to get in the market, no matter how bad it is.
Right.
Because when you go in the market, unless you're a flipper, there's never a real bad time to get in the market. If it's a long-term decision, over the next 10 years, you can expect to get it double your return on your investment. That's historical numbers provided by the National Association of Realtors. So, you and I know I'm seeing some signs that the market's turned around a little bit, but that's not in the news yet. It's only with us, and I think that we've seen some things in the Northeast that are showing that things have turned around.
There's some, like you said, it's always a good time to buy, and especially in this market, it's a great time to buy.
It's an awesome time. And we've talked about this before too. We're in one of the few industries or few businesses in the world when there's a sale going on, people run away.
Right.
I think we've talked about that before on one of our shows. That, can you imagine if Sears had 20% off on hats? We would be running for that 20% off on hats. We're having 20% off on real estate, and people are running away. It's just amazing.
Well, it's good information anyway. So
it's
definitely
scary,
for the full article, renewsyoucanuse.com.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you introduce the next article, Keith, because I know it's something that's near and dear. Maybe not near and dear.
Ruben, this really next article, and we might, here comes another story. We might actually end up doing a whole show on this because it can be so detailed, it can be so exciting.
Right.
It can save a tremendous amount of money for the big investor and small investor alike. It's called. It's basically an article on narrowing the definition of like-kind exchanges or 1031 exchanges. And the crazy thing about this article, it talks about that the government is coming up with a change to lessen the impact of 1031 exchanges. Especially here we have the market, the real estate market going down,
Right.
having a tough time with the real estate market, and all of a sudden the Congress wants to come in and make 1031 exchanges more difficult to process.
Basically, yeah. So basically, the government wants people to pay more taxes on the real estate
That's right,
that they're
that's right.
investing in.
I personally have done a tremendous amount of 1031 exchanges. Some people get confused about it. So if you have any questions about 1031 exchanges, please call us toll free at 866-294-0853 or email us at info@renewsyoucanuse.com. Any questions you have on 1031 exchanges, we should be able to answer for you for $0.
No, it's very interesting. I mean, especially since a lot of the investors are coming out now.
Right.
You know, obviously a lot of investors got burned in whatever in the past real estate market, but a lot of investors are coming out now, and for them not to be able to go from property to property just because they're not the same, they're not like kind. I mean, it's really.
We didn't even talk about what 1031 exchanges are, but basically, if you have an income property
Right.
and you want to sell that income property for a profit and not invest in anything else, you're going to have to pay a capital gains on that. Well, the only way to avoid a capital gains is to invest in another property that is an income type property.
Right.
But a lot of people want to get out of the income properties completely and still avoid taxes, and we have a method to do that that we should talk about at some point at a later date. But 1031 exchanges are great for the investor who wants to get out of a particular investment and get into another one and completely avoid paying taxes.
Check out the article, a full article at RE News You Can Use.
It's a good one. You should check it out.
And Keith, so you said you had good news.
I do have some good news.
Good real estate news.
I do have good real estate news. Finally.
You know what? I'm excited only because all the articles that I ever read about real estate are really bad.
Well, the front end of this article says slowing house prices good for the economy, and it says this real estate group. And it goes on, it says the Bureau of Statistics data shows that prices for established houses in Darwin rose 2.3% in the final 3 months of 2007 and 11.1% over the year through December. I'm like, wow, so we did go up. What are they talking about? And as I'm reading along, I found out, oops, they're talking about Australia real estate. So although it's good news in real estate, it's not good news in U.S. real estate. It's good news in Australia real estate. But that does tell you something that, if it's bad somewhere, it's good somewhere else. So this is a global economy, and if you are an investor in real estate,
not only that, there's tons of foreign investors buying U.S. property right now.
That's absolutely right. And there was, I recently
ridiculous.
saw an article that we're not talking about that talks about how even though the economy in the U.S. is poor, even though the real estate is poor in
Right.
the U.S., the people are still believe that the best place to invest in real estate is in the United States.
Right. Exactly. So, man, Keith, I don't know why you even brought that in, man.
What's that?
Good news in Australia.
Well, you know what? This is a future of what we're going to be reading. Probably in April or May of this year, we're going to be reading articles that say, believe it or not, the market has turned around and it's up 4 or 5% from March to April, and then everyone's going to start pouring into purchasing houses, and they're going to be a little bit too late in buying. This is a perfect time if you're a first-time home buyer that has the money to buy a house, the credit to buy the house. I can't think of, I've been doing this for 7 years full time. I can't think of a better time in the last 7 years to get in the market because interest rates are low and the prices of houses are on sale back to the year 2004 or before. So, dude, it's awesome.
It is awesome.
It really is. We get a 20% sale going on, 20% off sale, and 30-year rates at about 5.75%.
Slashing prices.
I know it's going down, folks, but it's not going down much more.
All right, Keith. Well, if you enjoyed the articles, please check out everything that we've done in the past.
Market snapshot. Go do it now. Get on our website and do Market Snapshot. It's free and it's working now.
And we're also going to be sending out another newsletter soon, right?
Now the newsletter is coming out very soon, and we're sending out periodic emails as well that correspond to our show. So if you want to get an idea of what's going to be happening to our show going forward, every 4 or 5 days we send you an email. Thank you very much.
Ruben Austria, Keith Carberry. Make it a great day.
Bye-bye.